Was it an assassination attempt or a staged act? On July 14, 2024, former President Donald Trump was seemingly shot at during a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. Blood was visible on his ear, yet he emerged raising his hand to an applauding crowd. This incident, just 4 months before the election, has sparked a firestorm of speculation and conspiracy theories. Some claim it was a genuine attempt on Trump's life, citing security breaches that allowed a shooter to get within 130 meters of the former president. But others argue it was all staged for publicity, pointing to several suspicious elements. The question of Trump's quick recovery: does it seem natural for someone who's just been shot at? And then there's the speculation about rubber bullets. Adding fuel to the fire, edited images circulated on social media showing Trump's bodyguards allegedly smiling during the attack. While the authenticity of these images is questionable, they've led some to believe the incident was manipulated to appear more serious than it was. The timing of the attack, so close to the election, has raised eyebrows. Could this be a calculated move to boost Trump's popularity and gain electoral benefits? But here's a question that might shock you. What if both sides, those claiming it's real and those insisting it's fake, are falling into the same logical trap? In the next few minutes, you're about to embark on a mind-bending journey that could revolutionize how you interpret the world around you. We'll uncover a hidden pitfall of human reasoning so powerful, it once led a king to execute all the doctors in his kingdom. Are you ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about cause and effect? Let's start with a chilling tale from Russian folklore, a true story that will make you question the very nature of evidence. In a kingdom ravaged by a deadly disease, a desperate monarch sought to save his people. He gathered the brightest minds in the land, tasking them with uncovering the cause of this mysterious illness. As these brilliant thinkers pored over maps and data, one made a startling discovery: in areas with the most doctors, there were also the most sick people. The king, upon hearing this revelation, was stunned. He examined the maps himself, confirming the pattern. The conclusion seemed inescapable: doctors must be causing the disease. In a decision that would echo through history, the king ordered all doctors in the kingdom to be executed. Now, pause for a moment. Does this conclusion make sense to you? If you're feeling a creeping sense of unease about this logic, you're on the verge of uncovering a concept that shapes our understanding of the world, yet is often dangerously misunderstood. Enter the world of correlation, when two things appear to be connected or happen together. But here's where it gets tricky: correlation doesn't always mean causation. In fact, assuming it does can lead to catastrophic consequences, as our fictional king discovered. Now, let's fast forward to a more recent and very real scenario that puzzled experts and citizens alike. Picture New York City in the early 1990s. For years, crime rates had been skyrocketing, increasing by a staggering 80% over 15 to 20 years. Analysts predicted this terrifying trend would continue, painting a bleak future for the Big Apple. But then, something extraordinary happened. After 1990, like a plot twist in a gripping crime novel, the crime rate started plummeting. Within less than a decade, it nosedived to levels not seen in 40 years. Can you imagine the shock and confusion this caused? Everyone was scrambling for an explanation. Many pointed to increased policing. After all, as crime rose, so did the police force. It seemed like an open and shut case. But was it really that simple? Enter Stephen Levitt and Stephen Dubner, authors of the groundbreaking book Freakonomics. Their research led them to a conclusion so unexpected, so controversial, it would challenge everything people thought they knew about crime prevention. The real reason behind the dramatic drop in crime rates? Believe it or not, they linked it to the legalization of abortion. Levitt's study suggested that allowing legal abortions reduced the number of children born into circumstances that made them more likely to engage in criminal behavior later in life. He meticulously examined various states, tracking when abortion laws were implemented and how crime rates changed in the following years. Now, whether you agree with Levitt's theory or not, it illustrates a crucial point: determining causality is incredibly complex. It's not enough to say, when X increases, Y increases, therefore X causes Y. Real science demands more rigorous proof. But how do scientists actually prove cause and effect? This is where the concept of a control experiment comes in. Imagine you're a soccer coach trying to determine if Lionel Messi is truly the reason for Argentina's success. You can't just look at games where Messi played and Argentina won. That's not enough. To really prove Messi's impact, you'd need to create two identical scenarios, same teams, same conditions, same everything, with only one difference: Messi's presence. Picture this: Argentina versus Portugal, played twice. In the first match, Messi is on the field. In the second, he's not. Everything else remains exactly the same: the other players, the referee, the weather conditions, even the crowd's energy. Only then, by comparing the outcomes of these two matches, could you start to draw conclusions about Messi's true impact on Argentina's performance. This is the essence of a control experiment. It allows scientists to isolate a single variable and observe its effects while keeping all other factors constant. But here's the catch: in real life, especially with complex social phenomena like crime rates or historical events, creating perfect control experiments is often impossible. We can't replay history with and without certain factors to see what changes. But correlation isn't just a problem in complex social issues. One statistician published an article revealing such bizarre correlations that you wouldn't believe it. Can you imagine what they might be? You'll be shocked when you find out. For example, there's a relationship between financial spending on space sciences and suicide rates. Between the number of people drowning in swimming pools and films featuring Nicolas Cage. Between cheese consumption and deaths from bed stumbling. Even between mozzarella cheese consumption and civil engineering doctorate degrees. I personally found a correlation between the average number of views for Mark Rober on YouTube and the number of hotel managers in Florida over the last 10 years. And believe it or not, there's a relationship between money spent on pets and deaths by stairs. So, what does this mean for how we understand the world around us? It means we need to be incredibly cautious when interpreting correlations. Just because two things happen together doesn't mean one caused the other. The world is full of coincidences and complex interactions that can create misleading patterns. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, how will it change the way you interpret information? Will you look at news headlines differently? Question cause and effect claims more critically? And what about those conspiracy theories? Do you see them in a new light now? Remember, understanding the difference between correlation and causation is a powerful tool. It can help you navigate a world full of information and misinformation, allowing you to think more critically and make better informed decisions. Now, let's circle back to our opening question about Trump's alleged assassination attempt. As we've learned, the world of correlation and causation is far more complex than it first appears. Let's look at some of the evidence people have cited and ask ourselves, are these genuine clues, or just ice cream and drowning all over again? 1. The timing of the attack, just 4 months before the election. Suspicious coincidence or political calculation. 2. Trump's quick recovery and triumphant wave to the crowd. Natural adrenaline response or staged performance. 3. The edited images of smiling bodyguards. Genuine slip-up or malicious manipulation. These correlations seem compelling at first glance, but are they really proof of anything? Or are we, like our fictional king, jumping to conclusions based on incomplete information? Consider this: if the attack was real, wouldn't it make sense for Trump to project strength by recovering quickly? If it was staged, wouldn't professional security personnel be better at hiding their reactions? Each piece of evidence can be interpreted multiple ways when we stop assuming correlation equals causation. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if the truth is even more complex than real or staged? Could there be other factors at play that we haven't even considered? Just as Levitt and Dubner discovered an unexpected link between abortion laws and crime rates, could there be unseen forces shaping this event that go beyond our simple narrative? This is where we turn it over to you, our brilliant viewers. What do you think is really going on here? Are there correlations we've missed, or alternative explanations that break the real versus staged dichotomy entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Who knows, you might uncover the next Freakonomics level insight. And remember, whether you're analyzing political events, scientific studies, or just trying to figure out why your cat suddenly started ignoring you, correlation with that new brand of cat food, perhaps, always ask yourself, is this causation or just correlation? Before you go, here's a final thought to keep that critical thinking spark alive. In a world where data is abundant but understanding is rare, the ability to distinguish between correlation and causation isn't just a neat party trick, it's your superpower for navigating the complex web of information we encounter every day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay correlated with our channel, but remember, that does mean you caused us to make more videos. Check out our sources in the description below, and leave your brilliant insights in the comments. Thanks for joining us on this mind-bending journey through the world of critical thinking. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, in a world of correlations, be the one who seeks true causes.